Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Hope everyone's well. Raise your hand if you have a question. Try to come to as many of you as we can. Who wants to kick off? We'll go to Tom Cantor.
Mikel,
Hi.
thoughts on the performance first?
Well, I'm very happy with the team performance, with individual performances within that performance, because we knew how difficult it was going to be, especially coming back from Madrid so late on Thursday afternoon, until the energy that we spent in that game, and understanding that you don't want to talk about it. You have a huge game in a few days here. But we talk about hunger and about having the ability to focus and be so determined on what we had to do. And yeah, we had some fresh legs from a few players. You could notice that big time because the individual performance increased and then the team flowed in a different way. The moment that we did that, I think we engaged the supporters. And when that happens and you create the atmosphere that you saw today at the Emirates, we make it very, very difficult for the opponent.
Can I just point toward Myles Lewis-Skelly, who's not in midfield today? There was a lovely moment at the end of the game we saw where you embraced him.
Yeah.
Quite some few seconds. It seemed like an emotional moment and a proud day.
He fully deserves it. I've been tough on him. He had a spectacular season last year when he jumped into the first team. He had some difficult moments after that, but he stayed very humble, very focused, very aligned when we wanted to do, and I knew he was ready. He's been showing in training every day the opportunities that he had to play. He's done it, and today he really stepped up, and I thought he had an incredible performance.
Gary from Sky.
Hi.
The nature of the victory, the nature of the performance, playing with confidence, with a smile on the face of the players, no injuries to see, able to rest some players as well ahead of Tuesday. Has it been actually a really important game, this, for all those reasons?
It was a critical game because we know the importance of the win and the manner that we done it and the goal difference in the Premier League, and because this game it was going to carry a lot of energy towards the next game, and it's certainly going to do that. And now we have one of the biggest games in the history of this stadium for sure on Tuesday in front of our people, and we're going to try to make it happen.
And in the hotel on Monday night after dinner, will you all come around the television set and watch the City match?
What do you think?
Yes.
Yes, because I love football and there's so much at stake, so yeah, I will be there.
Alex, BBC.
Hi, Mikel. It's
Hi.
been a big couple of games for Viktor Gyökeres scoring in the Champions League, semi-final, and then a brace today. It seems like things have started to click for him after some criticism as well. I wonder how you see it.
He had a great performance. I think in Madrid, especially the first half, he was really good, and today all the minutes that he's played as well, his contribution with the goals, obviously. He was in every action, every attacking action. He was involved. He scored 2 great goals, position-wise, timing-wise as well. Something that we've been working on, and yeah, it's going to give him a big boost of energy to him and confidence to the team as well.
Is it where him and Bukayo started to make their partnership? Like it really did.
Yeah, they haven't played together much, unfortunately, because of the injuries as well that we had. But there is a lot of relationships that I really enjoyed today.
James Athletic.
Just on Bukayo, Mikel,
Yeah.
it really looked like we were seeing him back to his best today in that first 45 minutes. Was that your assessment?
Well, he certainly made a difference. I mean, he made 2 actions that obviously decided the game, and we know what he's capable of. He's come back in the most important period of the season, and now he's fresh. His mind is fresh. His hunger is at the highest possible, I think, height, and I think he needed a performance like that to impact the team. So that's a big platform for Tuesday.
And in terms of the substitution, was that just a case of protecting him? Was that something he thought about?
We have to. He played 30-odd minutes in Madrid. Now he's played 45 minutes. We need to ramp up his load, but we need to be careful because we need it on that pitch.
Sam Telegraph.
Hi.
Just on Myles playing in midfield, I think that's his first start there.
Mm-hmm.
What was the sort of thinking behind that, and why do you think it's taken this long to play him there?
Because probably I don't have a clue. And maybe I should have done it earlier. I don't know. But I have to do things when I believe that the player is ready, the team is ready, and the opponent is the right one to play with him in that position. And we've done it today. It's the first time. It was a big risk because I knew what was going to happen. If it works, it's great. We would have lost the game. What happened? How do you play a kid at this age in this scenario in a position that he hasn't played all season? I knew that, but I had the feeling that it was the right game for him.
Phil Pierre?
Just at the end of the game, you were walking around, giving the big uns to the fans. Was that just because off the back of being such a critical victory that in this title?
Yeah, and I try to appreciate the behavior and the energy that they brought to the stadium today because it makes such a difference. And when you feel that connection with them, we are much, much better. And I know that it has to come from us. It certainly came from us today, but we need to do it somehow, even when the team is not giving it probably the right reasons, because with that, I think it's very, very, very difficult for opponents.
Isan Dalima?
Hi, Mikel. In terms of first half performances, could you say that's arguably the best first half performance in this whole season? And in terms of just the free flowing way you guys play, what were the reasons behind that?
Yes, probably. I don't know. I have to go through all the games, but it certainly was one of the best. And the words that you use, I certainly agree with them. And there was certain connection in the team that I had the feeling that it was going to provoke that. You have to be really neat. And those connections happen because we had some freshness as well, which individually, if you want to see those actions, you need it in your legs to deliver them constantly and to see the things that we saw today.
And I think it's looking into the right game, because sometimes in like a title race, it's about momentum and things looking at the right time. Could this be the start of that?
Yeah, that's what we want. Now use that momentum, energy, belief towards Tuesday. We're going to certainly need that. So, yeah, when I look at the atmosphere in the dressing room, I think it's tracking in the right direction.
We're not going to be able to get around to everyone, sorry. The last couple. Firstly, James, yes.
Hi, Mikel.
Hi.
Sort of watching Bukayo, and looked a bit like he had some of his burst back. Do you kind of feel like the Achilles thing has eased quite significantly?
Sorry?
The Achilles issue, has it eased quite significantly? Because it looked physically maybe like you did at the start of the season.
Oh, in a positive way.
In a positive
Yeah, I think so. I think the pain is gone. And that was obviously something that was restricting his capacity to deliver certain actions. And I agree. Today he felt loose, he felt relaxed, and I think we had the Bukayo that we know back.
And finally, Dave Guardian.
Hi.
What does this performance and result say to City ahead of their game on Monday night?
He says to us and to our dressing room that we keep the dream alive, that what these guys have done, not now, but throughout the season, to win that many amount of games in the circumstances that we had to do it without so many players available at times, is remarkable. So it's great, because I think it's going to help for Tuesday.
Okay, Bob, thanks very much.
Thank you. Sorry, one more.
Can I just ask you about Mertesacker, please? He's leaving at the end.
Mertesacker, yeah.
Season today.
Yeah.
I just wonder, how would you comment on his impact on the academy and players like Myles Lewis-Skelly and Max Doma?
Well, a legend of this club. I think what he did as a player, we were teammates. I have a great relation with him, and then what he has done for this club in the academy and in every level. And I think he leaves a legacy that is going to stay here for a long, long time. On the human side, because he's one of the best persons that I have met in football, and then as a professional as well, because he really has made a lot of difference in those young kids and their families to fulfill a dream. Yeah, thank you.
Good night, everyone.